Hey, brothers and sisters, Vessel of Truth here, Jay from Virginia for the New People. I'm wanting to do hopefully a short video of just to answer about 12, 14 different emails I've got about the law. Seems like whenever a video comes out that, it's stressing, something about the law, it brings out the questions in the woodwork. So I just want to, settle the issue with the truth, and people can choose what they want to follow themselves. I can only lead people to the truth. I can't force them to believe it or anything like that. So we're going to start with Deuteronomy chapter 11. Verse 1, it says, "Therefore thou shalt love the Lord thy God, which is Yahuwah Elohim, and keep his charge, his statutes, his judgments, and his commandments." And commandments is law, Torah. And then the word always, or always. Now, that word always, if you look it up in the Strongs, is the word yom. Y-O-W-E, pronounced Y-O-M-E, which means forever or until the end. Forever and forever, always. It's never ending. So, let's continue. Go back here to Deuteronomy chapter 5. Verse 29 says, "Oh, that there were such a heart in them," talking about the people, the children of Israel, "that they would fear me and keep all my commandments always." Again, that is the word yom, until the end, that it might be well with them and their children forever. This is something that we are to keep forever. Now, how about, these things like the Sabbath and, stuff like that? Let's go to Exodus. And we'll go to Exodus chapter 31, I think is the one I want. Verse 16. "Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant." That means forever. Hey, I'm just having fun with it, guys. If a person would just do a search on forever, you'll find all kinds of verses that apply to keeping the law, keeping the Sabbath, keeping the feast, keeping the dietary laws forever and forever. Nothing changed in the New Testament. If something changed in the New Testament, that would make the Father a liar. The message is the same from Genesis all the way to Revelation. We were doomed and damned in the Old Testament. He made a way back, and then he made the same covenant with different people, different signers of the contract, because the first signers of the contract were all divorced, if you remember, and he had to make a way back. That's why he sent his son to make the covenant with us again, so that we would not be destroyed. Because it's through the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ that we are now able to keep the law and receive the blessings again. And we have entrance into the kingdom through his Holy Spirit. Let's go on. Exodus chapter 12. I think that's what, verse 14, if I remember correctly. It says, "And this day shall be unto you a memorial, and you shall keep it a feast of the Lord throughout your generations." And you'll find this on every feast of the Lord. It says you will keep this for all generations, which is forever. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. All the feasts, all the dietary laws, all the Sabbaths, the law and Torah, we are to keep forever and forever and forever. It's that easy. It's up to you whether or not you want to obey it. Just know that this topic right here brings out the pride of man. And it's through that pride of man that the enemy is using it to send a bunch of people to hell. Because he knows pork tastes good. He knows that we have a problem with authority. The Father, when we were created in the Garden of Eden, you can go and read it. We were created as rulers. We were given all sovereign dominion and authority over the whole earth. We were made to rule and reign. But then we fell because the first Adam fell and sin entered in. Well, we're still made to rule and reign. But we still have that problem with authority because we were made to rule and reign. That's why we have to learn submission to the Father. And great will be our reward for submitting to Him and doing as we're told, because that's what the law is for. To teach us how to walk as His child and be one of His children. Without it, we're just heathens. That's why I'm saying, to think that the law was passed away at the cross is ludicrous. Because that means that the Father's a liar. And that He changes His mind. And that He lied to us in the Old Testament. Right here. Forever means forever. Yom means till the end of all time. And even I think it's Ephesians chapter, let's go over there. Let's go over in the New Testament to Ephesians. I think it's chapter 1 if I'm not mistaken. See if I'm right. I should have it highlighted. Yes. Ephesians chapter 1 verse 13. In whom ye also trusted after that ye heard the word of truth, the gospel of your salvation, in whom also that ye believed, ye were sealed. Now, everybody tries to say, see there, we're sealed. Nothing can take us out. We can take ourselves out. Because sealed is a mark. I'll show you that in a minute. With that Holy Spirit of promise. So, if we go over here and we look at sealed, you'll find out that it is a stamp, a signet, or private mark, security for preservation, literally or figuratively, by implication, to keep secret, to attest, set. It is a seal. And, yes, it is part of the mark or the seal of Yahuwah, which we know that the Word tells us that we receive the Holy Spirit through obedience. So, if you walk in disobedience, you lose the Spirit. And you're no longer sealed. Because the first part of the mark of the beast is disobedience or rebellion. I'm going to keep it that simple. Because this basically answers, the emails that I've got. And, through this, we know that if we're walking in obedience, then we are sealed. And, for those that don't understand what I'm saying, let's go back here to Old Testament, go back to Deuteronomy, and I'll give you a couple of examples. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes, your right hand and your forehead, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy houses. And he's talking about the law here. They're written on your right hand and between your eyes, the frontlets. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 11, I think it is, verse 18. Therefore shall ye lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they may be as frontlets between your eyes. Again, talking about the law, talking about the Sabbath, just all things. You know, these are the sign and the seal of Yahuwah. It lets you know that it takes over our mind and our hand, our actions, that we walk perpetually in the covenant as a child of Yahuwah. If you're walking in any other way, you're walking in rebelliousness. It's just that simple. I'm going to leave it at that, because I'm hoping to get another video about, the New Testament scriptures being twisted to prove that the law is still in effect. So I'm going to leave it at that. I pray you all just keep continuing to seek the face of Yahuwah, and hopefully I will see you all later this day. Until then, I love you all.